Hi, this is Marcia, and I'm going to be telling you about the equipment that you need for a basketry class. The nice thing is that in doing baskets, we typically use pretty usual household items. There's not a lot of fancy or unusual equipment that you need to do basketry. So I'll show you just some of the things that you would need to get started to do a basket. First of all is a basin, or you could use the sink. You would want to put some warm water in. Warm water is absorbed into the reed more quickly than cold water, and it's more comfortable for your hands. Now in a pinch you could use cold water, but warm is just more comfortable, so that's what we typically use. And we submerge the reed in the water for various periods of time. Depends a little bit on the reed, how long it should soak, but that's part of learning in the class. I would tell you about that. An additional thing that you would need is just a pair of sturdy scissors, and sewing scissors are great. They work just fine. You just don't want those little toy scissors that kids use, or those very delicate like nail scissors that come in the nail care kit. You need a pair of sturdy scissors. You'll need something to measure with. This is one of those vinyl coated measuring tapes that you can get in a sewing store. But you could also use a ruler. You could use one of those metal tape measures. You could use yardsticks. So you just need to be able to measure. We look at the dimensions of the basket, and sometimes we mark the reed at a certain point. So that's all you need the measuring thing for. But because we're using water, you need something that stands up to water. So plastic coated, metal, plastic itself like a plastic ruler. Those are all great. You'll need a pencil or a pen. I like a pencil because you can erase it. If you happen to be marking the reed in a place where it might show, you can just erase it if it's a pencil mark. If it's going to be covered up, it really doesn't matter. You could use an ink pen for that just as well. And then a towel. We are working with water, and we tend to be able to mop up with the towel. Sometimes some people prefer to wear an apron. I typically don't unless I'm working with a lot of colored reed. I do, though, tend to wear darker clothes, because if you're wearing something very light colored and you're dealing with a dark colored dyed reed, you can get splash, or you can get a drop when you're weaving on your nice light colored clothes. So it's better to wear dark colored clothes when you're working with dyed reed. And baskets can be a mixture of some. They can start out with natural and then go to a dyed color. But again, I typically go for a dark colored outfit when I'm weaving. And something that's not my best, if you know, it's more casual, so I don't really care if something gets on it. So really those are the basics. There is a tool that, or there are various tools that are designed specifically for certain types of baskets. And sometimes when you're working with the rim, it's helpful to have a tool that I can speak about later, but it's so specific to a certain type of basket that I'll cover that later in the basketry series. So for now, basin, tape measure, scissors, pen, towel, and you're pretty much good to go for this first class. All right, thanks.